So I played football in undergrad, which was interesting as an engineer. Okay, so Carnegie Mellon is a pretty geeky school. So our football team had I kind of remember this. This is a pretty good one. So our football team had the highest group GPA on campus, and there was one semester where 20 of us got 4.0s. And the president of the university came to practice to tell us we did a good job. But I think the most memorable things were like trying to do our homework on airplanes and traveling to games and stuff, because we would play all over the country, and so we would take exams like on buses or in like the hotel rooms on Friday afternoon before football games. So that was pretty fun. That was a pretty exciting time. Oh man, my favorite class was, I think, maybe almost the same class I teach now, which was like properties of ceramics and glasses. We had a really tough professor. He was really hard, and like everybody did bad on the exams, except I always did really good in that class, and I really liked it. I understood it. Everything kind of just jived for me, so I got that. My least favorite class might have to be a tie between Intro to Chemical Engineering, which I really did not enjoy, or, it's going to sound so silly, Econ 100 or 101. It was so boring. I felt like I didn't need to go to class to understand that stuff, so we just didn't go often.
Don't take that advice.
Yeah, don't do that. You should do it. You should go to class. Yeah, so I touched on this a little bit earlier. I think, we really do take our undergraduate curriculum very seriously compared to those schools. So these are, top engineering schools and good material science schools, and I think we spend a lot more time, effort, and dedication towards the undergraduate education process than these other schools do. And in terms of research, I think Illinois is just a much more diverse and broadly scoped school. So it's a big school. We have a lot of faculty members and a lot of students with different interests and these sorts of things, and that really allows us to cover a really big base of topics here on campus. So literally, if you want to do something in any field or any type of research, you can find somebody on campus who's doing something in that area, which is not the case at these smaller schools like Carnegie Mellon or Berkeley. Oh man, so I like to cook. So I do almost all the cooking. I don't do all the baking, but I like to bake. But I like to cook, so it's like my stress relief. So when I go home, I always do all the cooking. Something cathartic about chopping an onion or something like that. So, and I've cooked for a really long time actually. So even like in college, I would like all my roommates were football players, and they would all be going out to eat, and I'd like make a dinner for myself and like cook it. So I think that's probably my favorite hobby, and I always I make my own pasta now. I'm serious about, who else is a big cooker? A big chef is Shen Dillon. He's a baker. He makes good bread, so he taught me how to make bread.
Okay.
I think I'd be a chef. I like it. I like to cook. I even more like to eat. So I think that's what I would do. I think if I retire, maybe I'll go to culinary school and just learn how to do stuff like that. I kind of like that kind of stuff. Ooh. I get to pick any of the animals they have. So I'm pretty clean, so I'm going to try to pick something that's relatively clean. So what would be a relatively clean animal to keep? Something I could keep at home, maybe in small size. So I've had a lot of pets in my life, so I've always had snakes and like reptiles and things like that. So I could take a snake, because most people won't take a snake, so that's probably a good service. So I would take a snake. They're pretty easy to contain and keep clean. So when I was a senior in high school, I had a weekly spot on the radio to talk about football. So it was kind of funny.